Alrighty guys, in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to enhance your physique. That way you can actually keep up with a lot of the juice heads, people who are on steroids, using peptides, using SARMs. It seems like every single person and their mamas are using some kind of enhancement to get to the next level. And if you're like me, then it's not within your morals it's not within your beliefs, your core beliefs to take those kinds of things because it feels like you're cheating and you're worried about maybe your health. You know, you don't want to make your balls shrink, or you just don't want to get a heart attack from taking like Tren or something like that. Like, you care about your health and you don't want to cheat yourself. So how do you, basically in this video I'm going to show you one thing that I have done to constantly keep improving, to keep up with a lot of these people who are juicing, because a lot of people who are juicing aren't using this technique, and it's actually putting them in a disadvantage. There's so many people I meet in the gym on almost a daily basis who are using juice, who are on steroids, who are on something, like they're always on something, But what's crazy is they look up to me and they wonder, how the fuck am I getting, I constantly keep improving, How am I able to outwork them, outperform them, just beat them, So I'm gonna teach you that one thing. And that's the whole point. And I guess to give myself a little bit of credibility, I've been doing this for 10 years. And it seems like every single year that I feel like I'm at my natural limit, every single year I constantly get better, and I break those plateaus, I break those walls every single year. I've been doing this for 10 years. And you know how like a lot of people they say like, I've hit my natural genetic limit, or I've been working out for 10 years already and I don't get sore anymore because I've been working out for so long. I still get sore every single day, and I still improve every single day. And I get sore every single day from this one thing. So I'm going to teach you that one thing. So this one thing, it goes against weightlifting and the correct way to lift. And that is basically to lift so fast. This is the technique right here. And I use this with all of my clients, everyone. Work out so fast and so fucking hard to the point where your body has no other like chance other than to change. You want to work out so hard that you stress the body so hard it has no other way but to change. At the end of the day, the body will change due to how you stress it out, and it's going to adapt to what you do on a daily basis with your body, So that's why we use exercise. We use exercise as a way to make our bodies adapt, to make it stronger, basically. So the thing is a lot of naturals, they're kind of at a disadvantage because they're doing like the techniques that are like what everybody knows, which is like lifting slow, contracting, which I think is a great way to start lifting, to make sure you get the form down, like, the basics. But if you're not a basic lifter and you've been going to the gym for years, let's say, and you're not making any progress, why are you still doing the same things that basic beginners are doing? Why are you still sticking to those kinds of things? Because it's the right way to do things. Have you ever noticed that when people go out of their way to not do things the right way, they usually end up more successful? Like if a sensei is teaching, here's just like a little example. When a sensei is teaching his student a certain way of training, he will never be good as a sensei because he learned from the sensei. But if he were to learn some things from the sensei because he was a beginner, and then he goes on his own path to figuring out, a new way, or maybe say his own technique, developing his own skills that are suited for his own body, his own, he figures out a new way, then at that point he would be better than the sensei. So it's like, why are you using techniques that are suited for beginners? But at the same time, you're looking up to people who are on juice, who are using those slow techniques, and it's going to work for them because the body takes less. It takes less stress to change people who are on steroids. They have better receptors to these kinds of things. I don't know everything about steroids. I'm not going to act like that I do, but I noticed that people who are on steroids usually don't work as hard. For the majority of people. Of course, there are those outliers who go hard and they use steroids as the way to enhance their already great physique because they've earned it. But most people who are on steroids aren't working hard, and they can get results not working hard. But people like you and I who are natural, look, you want to take your body to the next level. You want to take your physique to the next level. You have to be working out as hard as you physically possibly can. So I'm going to put a few different videos up here just really quick, just showing you guys what I'm talking about. Look how I'm training. I'm benching super fast, super explosive. I'm still keeping good form. I'm doing sprints like I'm just working out in a way almost like an athlete. What I like to call this is like you want to weightlift like an athlete. Have you ever noticed athletes just have really, really good bodies? Like their muscle to fat, like proportion, definition, percentage, whatever ratio, it just looks phenomenal. But the thing is they're training for sports, of course, so they're not weightlifting. But imagine if you took techniques from the athlete and you applied it to weightlifting, how that will affect not only the way you look and the way your physique changes, but your strength. You see, that is how I've constantly been able to transform my body to the next level and have people who are on steroids look up to me because I'm always getting stronger and it seems like my body's always getting better. And this is the one technique that I've used that has led me to constantly, consistently get results over and over and over again. And I'm not on any like dick pills like Cialis or Viagra, people who take that shit. I'm not doing any SARMs. Like the only thing that I'm taking right now, creatine and pre-workout. Sometimes I'll have some protein shakes. That's it. And a good nutrition plan. Obviously, you need that. But that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so you have to stress your body to that point. You have to go hard as fuck. And I guess a way to implement this for your own benefit is I would start with just doing it at least one time per day. Like train so hard that you're out of breath, you're gasping for air, your muscles are literally burning, they're spasming. Maybe you're shaking because you shocked your body so hard. That's the point that you want to get to. So you want to go to a complete failure. You want complete hypertrophy in your muscle. And I'm not really focusing on contraction, you guys. When I'm benching that hard, I'm not focusing on contraction. I'm just focusing on getting the weight off my chest as fast as possible. You know, when I'm squatting, getting up as fast as possible. I'm not really contracting and focusing on my legs. I'm keeping good form. At least I try to my best ability. But you know, I'm just getting the weight up, getting the weight up, getting the weight up. I'm not focusing on contraction or anything like that. But that's how I've built my ultimate body. And I think I've done a pretty good fucking job, you guys. I mean, look, natural. Look at the fucking leg definition, you guys. Leg definition, ab definition, big ass chest, decent arms, and I don't even focus on arms. I never hit arms. I never fucking hit arms. Barely. Only things I do is a lot of pull-ups, bench press, squats, front squats, some sprints. I mean, there's a few others, but that's about it. Compound movements. So I'll take these compound movements and I'll add this concept of just working out as hard as I possibly can, and that is what's gotten me the results. So what I would do is just do this one time per day. You know, follow your same routine that you've been doing that isn't probably getting you that much results. If you're watching this video, there's a reason for it, you know. And one of the sets that you do with these compound movements, machine work, whatever it is, I recommend you do compound movements all the time, barbell work all the time. But we're not talking about that. Go to the point of failure. So let's say you're doing 5 sets of bench pressing. Do your 4 sets of 5 or 10 or whatever. And then your last set, I want you to do like 20 to 25 reps as fast as you possibly can. And by the time you hit the 20th rep or the 25th rep, you should be completely burnt out. Like to the point where you're like, you're scared you can't get it up again. Oh my God, like fuck, oh shit, boom, 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 boom. Like I'm pretty sure you guys get the point. But yeah, it's like take that athletic concept and apply it to weightlifting, and it's like athletic weightlifting. I call it HIIT-styled weightlifting because it feels like you're literally doing cardio. That's kind of how it should feel. It should feel like you're doing cardio. Maybe if you guys don't believe me, if this works or not, like scientifically, because I know a lot of you guys are into that scientific-based lifting and stuff like that, what I would do is look up how sprint interval training affects your growth hormone, your testosterone, and your IGF receptors. I think that's what it's called. Not too much into science-based lifting, but look up how sprint interval training affects those 3 things and how those 3 things, IGF-1 receptor, I think that's what it's called, growth hormone, and testosterone affects muscle building. And then you're gonna find how it actually works. Because at the end of the day, sprint interval training is a way of training where you're going to your complete 100% max effort. Max effort. Hard as you possibly can, as fast as you possibly can. That's why I do sprints at least once a week to improve, again, IGF-1 receptors, growth hormone, testosterone, I do that once a week, not necessarily for muscle building, but to get those benefits from those 3 different things. But how those 3 different things are helping me in muscle building is when I'm actually doing the muscle building and I'm lifting as hard as I possibly can, fast as I possibly can, boom, 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 boom. And since it's like sprint interval training, but with weightlifting, you guys know the benefits, I'm sure, of how HIIT training, high intensity interval training, how that affects, fat loss and muscle building, and sprint interval training is a step above that. So let's say you're trying to, let's put this in like practical terms. Let's say you're trying to build muscle and lose fat at the same time. What you would want to do and how you would want to apply this is doing at least one of those sprint interval sets per day. And then you can pair that up with like your steps and your calorie deficit. And that's how you're going to maximize being able to either maintain the muscle that you have, possibly even build muscle because you've never trained like this before. And when you've never done something before and your body has never felt that, it's going to adapt fast because it's a new thing to you, Like if you were to do sprints and you've never done sprints before, you're going to be so sore the next day. That's kind of what I'm trying to get at, is like when something's new, like this new way of training, it's going to affect the way your body adapts to it. And, you can possibly even build muscle. And then you add your step counts, you're getting like 15,000 steps per day, and you're in a calorie deficit. Now you're losing fat and building muscle. So it's like a lot of people aren't going to do this because they don't want to go against what the world says about weightlifting and how you should train. The world says that you should focus on like contracting your muscles. And that's the only way to build muscle. And if you're not doing that, they kind of like shame you. Or someone might even come up to you and say, hey bro, slow down, slow down, slow down. You guys, you know how many messages I get to, bro, you're not working out right, slow the fuck down, slow the fuck down. Bro, and I'll go on their profile and I'll look at the way they look and they'll like be claiming that they're on test and stuff like that. And they still look like shit. And what's crazy is they'll even have some really good genetics. Like you can kind of just tell when someone has great genetics, big ass back, big boned, but they look like shit. And it's because like they would rather feel approval maybe from others so that way they don't have to go against like the normal way of thinking than be shamed and actually get the results you're looking for. I care about being strong. I want to be strong. I want to be fast. I want to be explosive. I want to be able to lift heavy ass weight. I want to be shredded at the same time. I want to build the ultimate physique, the ultimate, most aesthetic, most capable, most functional physique. And that's why I'm doing sprints. That's why that's basically the end of the video, is adding that athletic type concepts to weightlifting and doing it once per day, just to give it a try. If you never give it a try because you're so scared to go against what other people think, or you're never willing to change your own like routine, even though it's not getting you results, then you're never going to get results. But if you're not scared to get results and you don't care what anybody else thinks, try this one time, and watch the kind of pump that you end up getting from it as well. Like even if you're not focused on the contracting, you can get such a big ass pump from working out like this. It's weird, but you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So just try this and try this once per day, one set per day, and then when you see how it works, because I'm guaranteed it's gonna help you out. I'm fucking guaranteed it's gonna work, because I do it with all my clients and they get so strong. They go from like lifting a plate to 225 in a few months, on a bench press. Try this, and then once you see that it starts working, add more sets, do like 2 sets per day, 3 sets per day, and then eventually you might find that this is going to be your new way of training, because not only are you getting stronger, you're getting leaner, you're getting more explosive, you're getting more faster, and you're building that most epic, ultimate, apex warrior, fucking Superman, Batman, Spider-Man kind of physique. That's the end of the video, guys. I hope this helps. This is just a quick little like tip, I guess. One last tip that I'm going to say, though, just kind of like a little bonus, is when you're doing the sprint interval training, it's going to make you feel super fucking hungry. And my recommendation is right when you finish that gym session, immediately have a high-carb meal. That high-carb meal is going to put you in recovery mode and have you recover just longer. Because if you wait and don't get the high-carb meal, you're going to be in a stressed state. You might feel just like anxious throughout the day. So when you really push yourself to the extreme, it's going to get to the point where your legs are kind of shaking. I know when I'm doing my sprints and I'm going to the fucking max, or like I'm just pushing myself to the limit, I get goosebumps and I start like feeling like I'm like you can feel the adrenaline is what I'm saying. So when you get to that point and you're working out that hard because you're doing sprint interval training, if you're doing it the right way, it should feel like that, like your adrenaline is fucking running you. Get a high carb meal after you do this kind of training. That's about it, guys. So I hope this helps. If you guys need help or like a structure or a plan, or you're looking for one-on-one accountability and you need a coach to help you get to your goals, like you look good, but you want to take yourself to the next fucking level. You want to level up. You want to get stronger, leaner, faster, more explosive, and become the ultimate fucking man. Click the link below, and then it's gonna take you to a page where you can book a call with me, and we can talk one-on-one about possibly getting you on a program to really letting you see your greatest potential. And just imagine you reaching your greatest potential, how that's going to affect you in life. Like, not saying like my coaching is going to, you have to do my coaching to get there. But take this, for example. If like you start applying these techniques, these little methods, maybe some of the other videos that I'm showing you and I talk about, where I talk about mental strength and how to apply it to give you more energy, more motivation in the gym. Like, you start looking at my other videos, you start applying this technique, you're gonna see how much faster you're gonna start progressing. And imagine when you start actually getting to that next level, what it's gonna be like. You know, you're walking down the beach with your shirt off, what it's like to have just like, holy shit. Everyone's kind of just staring. It's like, bro, this motherfucker is like, who is this guy, bro? Like, is he like an NFL player? Is he a professional athlete? Like, is he a professional fighter? Who is this guy? Like, it just makes you stand out so much more. You know, you go to the gym, people are coming up to you all the time just saying, hey, bro, like, bro, who are you, bro? Like, what's your body weight? Like, they're so inspired. You can be that inspiration. You can be that leader to people you want to lead and inspire your friends and family. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's your little brother. And I just think that's a great feeling in life. So, again, you need help, click the link below. We can hop on a call, and I can get you there, guaranteed. If not, watch my other videos. I'm telling you, and start applying them. Like, that's about it. I'm not gonna talk no more. I'm yapping. Later. Hope this helps. Deuces.